Hello and welcome. You're with the Road to Recovery on NDTV. I'm Shweta Rajpalkuri, and over the next half hour we showcase various facets of the economic crisis and the recovery process and how it's impacting your life, be it property prices, interest rates or jobs, and whether or not the economy is turning the corner. We start with a very special segment called Home Truths, where we answer all your questions on property prices as well as home loans. With me here in the studio to answer all those questions, Anshuman Magazine Chairman and Managing Director of CB Richard Ellis, a very well-known global real estate firm, and also joining us from Mumbai, Harshvardhan Runta, CEO of ApnaPaisa.com, also runs a firm called ApnaLoan.com. Thank you both for being with us here on the show. Let me start by asking you, Anshuman, first. Perhaps one positive fallout of the current economic crisis has been that houses have become more affordable. What is the kind of drop that we've seen in property prices over the last few months?
See, overall the price drop has been anywhere from 20 to 30%, in some cases 40%.
Right.
But the fact is that you're right, the property prices have become more affordable, but they're still very high. Because of the supply-demand mismatch we have, but certainly prices have fallen from.
So is there scope for prices to go down further? I mean, that's something that everybody wants to do.
In certain micro markets, yes, but overall it seems that the market is will remain quite flat.
Mr. Runta, what about home loans? What are the kind of rates that people can expect when they go out to get a home loan, and is this the lowest that they can go?
I think very clearly they have bottomed out. Today, obviously, if you go out, you don't expect to pay double-digit rates. If you are a decent credit risk, you've paid your bills on time, expect 9%, and you can also look at the various new interest rate structures that the public sector banks have come out with.
The one question that viewers keep asking us all the time, is this the right time to go ahead and buy your dream house? How would you respond to that, given that Mr. Runta is also saying that home loans have bottomed out as well?
Well, that's always a difficult question to answer, but the fact remains that if you're buying for yourself, it's always a good time to buy because you're looking in the long term. You cannot time the market if you're buying it for your own use, because if you do, and if you take a 3 to 5 years view, certainly it's a good time to buy because prices are like we discussed earlier have corrected. The home loan, it's not low. If you look at international markets, we are double the cost of what home loan would be in a Western market, but still relatively it has come down from as high as 12%.
We have seen 6 to 7% rates much earlier. So.
But it's still lower than 12%.
Yes,
so certainly it's a good time to look at the market.
All right, a good time to look at the market, but still a lot of concerns. Let's in fact bring in some questions from our viewer. First, call in from Mumbai. Let's try and listen in.
Hi, I'm Saurabh. My question is, a lot of builders are coming up with attractive options, but what is the guarantee that they'll deliver on time?
I think that's the question which is in everybody's mind, and that is a lot of people are apprehensive about this because of the track record. I think what they have to be first and foremost careful is that there should be some track record the developer has, whose development they're buying into. And second, look at the legal papers. One of the reasons why a lot of the buyers are stuck, because they booked apartments or booked residential development without looking at any paperwork, because the market is going up, they'll put a deposit, get a higher return, get out of it. So they must look at the contract, that it's not a one-sided contract like it has been in the past.
But even very reputed builders have been delaying their projects. So what is the guarantee in that sense that even the big builders will deliver on time?
There is no guarantees, but the fact remains is that today the awareness level is very high, unlike in the past.
So stringent penalties are put in place.
And there is recourse, and today we've seen a lot of people who formed groups, they went to the court, they went to consumer courts, but the fact is not to do all that. The fact also is that developers are now, they did face liquidity problem, they've been trying to raise money and trying to finish the project. So yes, in some cases the projects are delayed, but I'm sure a lot of people would get delivery, provided the developer is of some repute. Now yes, there could be fly-by-night operators who would have cheated people, but that can happen anywhere.
What are the kind of delays that we can realistically expect as far as, given the current state of the economy?
What we've seen is, since last few months, liquidity has improved slightly for the developers. They've been able to raise money from the public markets. A little bit of private equity money has also come in. Institutions are coming in. They're getting money from the banks. I think large part of that money would go into development. So they would be able to do it. So the good part is in between. It was there's so much gloom and doom that people thought that this project will never be completed. Today, when I look at most of the developers and consumers, those projects are delayed, but they'll be certainly delivered.